I'm going to show you how to do a domain and hosting registrations. You can actually go to this place called namecheat.com. I have two hosting providers. The first one is Voidian, and this is the second one. Voidian, I use it for my business hosting in Singapore. And for Namecheat, because Namecheat is relatively cheaper in pricing, and I'm also very satisfied with their service, and that's the reason I'm recommending to you. As you are first starting in this online business, the first thing you need is to have a hosting plus a domain. And starting with Namecheat is a more cost-effective way as compared to a higher fee service provider. How do we start with the registrations? You must understand that the hosting is a place for you to house your website content. But before you do that, you must have a name to represent you in the internet. And this name is called a domain name. You can actually go for a share hosting because it is more cost effective. And the share hosting that is available in Namecheat, there are three. First, you have a Stella, Stella Plus, and Stella Business. So for a start, you can actually start with the lowest tier, which is 2.88 per month, and currently they are offering at 1.44 per month, at 50% on the first year. And what are you getting? You are actually getting 20 gig space. You can house up to 3 websites. This means your annual hosting plan comes with a domain name offer. That means you are given a website domain ends with .website. And this free CND, this is a crowd hosting, which I'm not going to cover over here. So for now, okay, what we want is to get a .com, because in terms of hierarchy, .com have a more dominant place in the internet arena. So we start with Stella 1.44. As you grow your business and you have more and more websites, of course you can always upgrade. Send a support ticket to them that you want to upgrade to the next tier, Stella Plus. Right? And Stella Plus, of course, is a better choice because you have meter SSD. That means that you have unlimited space and you can host unlimited websites, and they provide auto backup for you. So this is of course a better choice, but for now we start with Stella. First of all, when you first begin to get a hosting, you do not have a domain name. So naturally, you will select a new domain name. Okay, and of course, this is a new purchase. And to begin with, you have to start looking for your domain name. Of course, most of the name that you desire might have taken up by other people, but it's okay, you can always try. Okay, let's say we want to get a domain name like maybe passive income us.com. You can see that is available, and the fee is 8.88 per year. These are all in USD. So if you were to select these options, you can connect to hosting, and by doing that, you will see that the Stella plan, which is your hosting server, is charging you at $17.28 per year, plus your domain name passiveincomeus.com, which is 9.06. Okay, because they have added in the 0.18 icon fee. What is this? This is actually a internet corporation So you're actually paying them an annual fee of 0.18 each year for a domain name register, renew or transfer. Okay, this is mandatory, so we don't want to argue about that. So you just have to pay that $9.06 per year. And this total up to 26 and 34. And if you have decided on this domain name and you are very certain about that, you can always add to cart. There's one thing I want to highlight to you for cost saving. Over here, when you first register for a domain name, they will ask you whether you want to go for 1 year or to the maximum of 10 years. What's the difference between these? Okay, naturally people will say, okay, why should I pay for 10 years when I can pay for 1 year? There's something I did not aware of when I first started buying my domain is that the renewal on the second year is no longer at 8.88. It's $12.98. Okay, I've just logged into my Namecheap account, and this is the domain which I have purchased sometimes back. And if I were to do a renewal when it's expiring, you will see that the amount I have to pay is no longer $8 plus, but it's $12.98. And this is something that I realized at a later date. Otherwise, I would have some savings. So much on the saving aspects. Let's continue to our domain and hosting registration. So if you find that you are going to own this domain and you are very certain that you're going to use this domain for a long while, it is more cost effective to go for a maximum 10 years because you are actually saving more money as compared to paying $12.98 on the subsequent years that you are still owning this domain. So if you find that you want to go for 10 years, you can actually click on this 10 years before you check out. There's another thing that I want you to take note is for the Stella brand update, there's a choice of 1 year and 2 years. You can see that for 1 year, the price now is $17.28. But if you were to choose the 2 years plan, you'd be surprised that the price itself is $29.28. It's so much cheaper. And this is another way that you can have more cost saving if you were to choose 2 years. Okay, let's say for this, we are going to keep the domain for 10 years and to have the Stella update for 2 years, we will proceed with a subtotal of 119.88 and we confirm order. Okay, at this page, as you are not a current user, you do not have your account, so you have to create an account. This username will be the one you'll be using to log in future. And for the password, you have to choose a minimum 8 alphanumeric characters. Next, enter your name and your email address. This email address has to be evergreen. Why? Because when you correspond with the support team, you have to use this email address, not other email address. So it's important that you enter an evergreen email address. Once you have keyed in all this information, you can proceed to create account by hitting create account and continue. At this screen, you are supposed to complete the rest of the contact info. If you do not have a company, uncheck this box. You are required to key in the address to complete the registrations. And once you are done, hit on continue. But before you do that, it's good that you do a double check on the details of what you have purchased. Once you're happy with that, you can hit continue. For this part, there's nothing you need to do because you are the restaurant contact, administrative, technical, and billing contact. And for this, you can do a check over here. This is for you to save the configuration so that in future, if you were to purchase, you don't have to repeat the whole process. And once you're okay, you can click continue. And for the payment method, you can key in your credit card details, or you can pay by PayPal. And once you are done, you can scroll down and hit continue. Once you have keyed in continue with all your payment details, the next thing you'll be receiving are a few emails, one which is your receipt, then plus your account settings and informations. And these settings and informations are very important because you need all these login details, all the credentials for you to use in future for your website setups and login. Do safekeep all these details so that no unauthorized person can get access to your credentials and log into your cPanel. With this, I will end my presentation on how to register a domain and hosting with Namecheap.